Raising Cane's has the internet in a chokehold. People act like it's the best fried chicken on planet Earth. Well, I've got major FOMO because we don't have one in my city yet, so I'm just gonna make it at home. Today we're making the Raising Cane's box combo from the chicken to the sauce, the fries, the slaw, and the Texas toast all at home, and it's all pretty easy to make, so let's do it. First, Raising Cane's sauce. From what I can tell, Raising Cane's signature sauce is kind of what started their rise to fame. People lose their shit over this stuff, which is crazy because it's a super simple sauce to make. And Cane's is not helping the obesity rate in America because you can buy a literal 32-ounce cup of sauce from them. And since this sauce is mostly mayo, you already know it's got a billion calories in it. But god damn it, it's tasty, brother. All of today's recipes will be in the description if you want to make any of this stuff. Next, we're making the coleslaw. Now, I've heard that Raising Cane's coleslaw kind of sucks ass, but this one doesn't. Give it a try. So I'm using a pre-made tricolor coleslaw mix for the coleslaw that has carrots, red cabbage, and green cabbage in it. When you buy heads of cabbage and shred them yourself, you end up with like 50 times more cabbage than you're going to use for the recipe. This recipe still makes a lot, so you can always decrease the amounts of each ingredient listed, or you can make it as is and do what my family does. Pawn it off on someone who doesn't want it so you don't feel guilty about it going to waste. This slaw also has mayo, sour cream, salt, pepper, sugar, vinegar, chives, and lemon juice. All of the amounts will be listed below. Cover and set in the fridge until you're ready to use it. Prism Mike says subscribe. After the slaw, we're making the sleeper, the Texas toast. If done right, it's amazing. We're keeping this nice and simple with a couple slices of Wonder Bread Texas toast that's thick with 3 C's. We're gonna toast that in some melted butter over medium-low heat on both sides until it's golden brown. After that, we're gonna melt a couple tablespoons of butter in a pan over medium-low again and grate in some garlic. Swirl that around and let it get to know each other for a minute or so before brushing on both sides of your beautifully toasted Texas toast and top with some flaky salt for added texture and flavor. And listen to how crispy it is. Next, we're making the fries, which I'm going to be making in the air fryer. I know at Cane's they're traditionally deep fried, but we're already frying the chicken, so this makes it a little bit easier for you to make at home so you don't have to deep fry so many things. Plus, you can cook these at the same time that you're frying the chicken, so they can get done at the same time, and you can eat them while they're both nice and crispy. For the fries, I'm using an air fryer method that I found from America's Test Kitchen that I really like. So you're going to start by cutting your fries pretty thick and rinsing them off in cold water for about 30 seconds before draining the water. This is going to clean them and get rid of any excess starch. Next, soak them in really hot water for about 10 minutes to par cook them so they're softer on the inside when you air fry them. You could also boil these in water for a few minutes instead, but I didn't want to do that. After 10 minutes, strain the water and lay them in an even layer on paper towels and dry them off completely. Preheat your air fryer to 350 Fahrenheit for 5 minutes while you toss your fries in a bowl with some oil. Then air fry them at 350 for 15 minutes, tossing occasionally. And when that's done, spray them with more oil and air fry them at 400 for another 15 minutes, tossing occasionally and making sure that they don't burn. And when they're finished, spray with just a tiny bit of oil, season, and toss until they're fully coated in the seasonings listed on screen. Crunch test. Not bad for the air fryer. And finally, for the star of the show, the chicken tenders. Now, I know traditionally these are brined overnight in buttermilk, but I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. I'm going to be trying the Golden Balances chicken tender method. Dude has amazing looking chicken tenders, so these can't be bad. I know it's not traditional, but we're going to try it out. First, we're going to start by cutting the chicken breasts into chicken tender sized pieces. I used 2 chicken breasts and got 3 large chicken tenders out of each of them, so 6 total. If you want them smaller, make them smaller. When you're done, sanitize your workstation so you don't shit your pants from salmonella poisoning. Cross-contamination is bad. Transfer those chicken tenders to a bowl and evenly coat with about a 1/4 cup of flour to dry the surface out so the batter sticks to them. Do this about 20 minutes or so before you're ready to fry. Next, we'll make the batter. In one bowl, add flour, cornstarch, baking powder, and the seasonings listed on screen. Whisk to evenly combine and transfer about 1/3 of your mix into another bowl. Like I said before, the ingredient amounts will all be listed below. Stop asking, you're so needy. In the second bowl, slowly whisk and drizzle in a cold carbonated water until you get a thin pancake batter consistency. Keeping one hand for the wet batter and one for the dry, start by dipping your chicken tenders in the wet batter until fully coated, shake off any excess, and then into the dry batter, pressing and squeezing the chicken tenders to fully coat in the flour. Repeat that process one more time before setting on a cooling rack and repeating with all of your tenders. And don't forget to drizzle in a few drops of the wet batter into the dry like I did. This will give you more crispy bits on the outside of the chicken after you fry it. When you're done, set those aside and preheat a high heat cooking oil to 350 Fahrenheit in a deep pot or a fryer. I'm using peanut oil and I'm frying these in a cast iron Dutch oven. It's a really deep pot that I can fill about 1/3 of the way with oil so I can fry my chicken safely without the oil spilling over when I drop the chicken in. When that's preheated, slowly lower each piece of chicken away from you and fry at 350 for 6 to 8 minutes or until the chicken is fully cooked. Don't overcrowd your pot. Fry in batches if you have to. I'm using a thermometer to make sure that I'm keeping the temperature around 350 the entire time. When that's done, remove the chicken, increase the heat to 375 Fahrenheit, and fry again for about 30 seconds to get them golden brown and extra crispy. When they're done, immediately season with the same seasonings from the batter. And look at how beautiful these are. It almost brings a tear to my eye. I will definitely be making these again, 10 out of 10 for the Golden Balance. delicious. Now, build your copycat box combo meal with the fries, the Texas toast, the coleslaw, the sauce, and that beautifully fried chicken. This absolutely destroys anything you can get at a drive-thru, and just look how good this looks. I'm proud of this one.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
And that is the Raising Cane's box combo meal made right at home, from the fries, the garlic butter Texas toast, the sauce, the slaw, and of course, the beautiful chicken tenders. Even though the fries and the bread have been sitting out for a couple hours, they are still so delicious. The chicken is crispy, it's full of flavor. That cane sauce is iconic. The slaw is actually good, and you guys gotta make this. All the recipes will be down in the description box below. If you make this, tag me on Instagram at Dylan Nober, post it on your story because I wanna see it. And as always, don't forget to chew with your mouth closed and subscribe. Love you, bye.